Inter Milan get ready for another crack at the big prize. Will they get the win they need to get their campaign off to a flying start, or will their bubble burst over the course of the next 90 minutes? There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. He's a sharp little ball here. He's on it. Can he get away? They get a throw in. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this guy, Rodri, was one of Europe's most coveted midfielders when he was on the market, and often seen as an integral component in the next generation of Spanish midfielders. He's got that outstanding quality of being able to shield the ball particularly well, and that is key to any holding midfielder.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. And he's managed to get free. And this is Ronaldo. Takes a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Simplicity itself.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass. And we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
In charge for a shot! And it's come back out to him. He's got a goal! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it's still a...
Shoots! Goal! Barcelona! And again they hit the front. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Barcelona take the lead. Rashford is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. That's a shade optimistic. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And here's Drogba. Beckham. Mbappe.
Inter really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Now it's Drogba. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, super find. Mbappe, and he welcomes it in. Nakata. And they're quick to get it back. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, it's come off the upright.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Oh, good-looking ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Nice sequence of passes, this. Rashford. They've got to be quick to recover this. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
He's looking wide. Zanetti. Now Saliba. And it's Zanetti. Mbappe. Rooney. Looking tidy in possession here. Shot a goal! Ronaldo! Superb! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Really didn't have enough to concern the defence. Rooney. Sanchez. And it's Nakata. Mbappe. Turns back here, probably the best option. Here's Rodri. It's not an especially good pass, that. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Bastoni spots it and intercepts. Oh, it's Van Basten. And it's Rashford. And there's green grass ahead of him. That is a brilliant interception. Courtois is there to clear. Now then, the ball's come loose. Looking here to chip it through. And we've seen that early. And we hit half-time.
Ricordiamo a tutti I tifosi che tra poco sul maxi schermo saranno trasmessi gli orari dei treni speciali.
And we're off again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Oh, it's Van Basten. Rashford. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Scholes. And it's Rooney. Rodri. And it's Rooney. Fernando Torres. Oh, can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So now the difference is 3. Kukçu. Now it's Nakata. Van Basten. And he's in on goal. Rashford was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Played into space out wide. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.314 spettatori.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well read, nice interception. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Rodri. That's a sharp pass. And this is Ronaldo. Driving on and making good progress. Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
I just think, though, that was selfish and a little uncalled for him. He must have been aware that he had options to his left.
It's a promising position. An instinctive delivery. Raul. Drogba. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Rodri. Scholes. Oh, lovely bit of skill. And he's picked out the run. He is through here. Shapes to shoot! They've scored! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about.
Rashford! No, it's wide.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
More and more pressure on the ball here. Scholes. Rooney. Quality ball. Knocks it into space. And this is Torres. Foul right on the edge of the box. It could go either way here. The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. Sanchez has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Now, who's going to be first to this? Nicely aimed pass. Kukçu did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. He's having a shot! Oh, taken with style! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact that someone's...
He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Now it's Torres. Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Drogba. Beckham. There's the delivery. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Oh, what's he done? And the finish! No mistake! And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 24.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Numero 15.
They're still trying to make a game of this.
Beckham.
Keep the ball and you win the game, it really is that simple. And the return pass. Bebeto. Pedri. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Kukçu. Now it's Darwin. Saka. That's good running with the ball. He's got away. In by Saka. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Szoboszlai. Not much subtlety about that challenge. And it's Aubameyang. And this is Bebeto. Aubameyang receives. He's having a go! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Inter Milan have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to it. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. The action has already started.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
It's more a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
Knocks it out wide. Oh, shot a goal! It's a pretty loose pass.
Pretty robust defending.
Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
And that is high.
Beckham has totally shown his greedy streak, and the boss is not happy, I can tell you.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Great defending, strong and determined. Raul. Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Raul driving forwards. Rashford with the cross. And one more try! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And there's no surprise who's taking this corner.
You start as you mean to go on, Peter. Make this a good one.
Rashford! Harmlessly behind. Ah, he's given it away. He's got away. And the finish! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That is good strength. Oh, such a clever touch. Here comes the corner. Corner number 2 then. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's a sharp pass. This looks promising. Rashford! Rashford! Kukçu. It may be goalless, but it is not without interest.
Well, it's certainly not a grab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
There's no flag. Rashford. Hazard. And it's Kukçu. Shapes to shoot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper. We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Mateus plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Zanetti. Oh, good spread. Looking to play him in. Rashford calmly anticipates. Raul looking for options for movement. And that is as far as they're going to go. Rashford. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Raul. Now, can they get him away? Great ball if he can get there. He's found a way through. Inter Milan have their third corner. Turkey are looking to go forward now. And that could set him on his way. Beckham, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Beckham. Now it's Nakata. Now it's Hazard. Now it's Van Basten. Rashford. And he's managed to get free. Chance, surely! Oh, that wasn't far away. Inter Milan get their fourth corner. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And the shot! It's a loose ball. That's rather hopeful. Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
They're up to 5 corners now. Beckham with the short one. Turkey have the chance to go the other way. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Picked out brilliantly. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Goes down, but nothing given. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, super find. Now it's Nakata. Nakata looking sharp there.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di
Hazard.
recupero.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
And it's Hazard. Now that looks a decent ball. Closing in on goal. A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. The midway point of the game.
Inter ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Inter clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Bastoni cuts it out. Ruben Diaz makes the interception. Mateus. Eze.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Zanetti. He's found a way past. Knocks it into space. Kukcu. Now it's Van Basten. It's played through for him. Tries a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, their corner count's rising, but not their goal count. They can improve.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Bernardo Silva.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Now it's Eze. And it's Van Basten. And he's intervened well there. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Well read, nice interception. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Rashford. Always onto this. Kukcu. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Ruben Diaz with a definite foul there.
Cambio di giocatori.
Just too high.
The moans and groans are predictable. He felt compelled to try.
Eze. And this is Raul. Rashford. Cross to the back post. Oh, what a climb! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Nakata clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Aims beyond the defence. Now it's Van Basten. Bojan. No, that's been intercepted. Kukcu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Great ball, and it's... Oh! effort, beautifully taken.
And that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
Well, it looks like he's playing his trump card. That'll inject a lot of energy up front.
Inter Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Oh, this looks sharp. Played out wide. Rashford. It's a throw-in. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
That's good play from him.
And he's lost his man here. Zielinski. Now, can he find a finish?
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Raul. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, they could break here. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Endrick receives it. Haaland! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
Rashford. Now it's Darwin. And it's Azar. Azar carries the ball down the right. Oh, that's superb. Chance for a shot! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
Tries to play it through. Endrick could try cutting inside here. And here's Endrick. And that was nowhere near his best.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see their...
Great chance! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, that's incredible! Finally, finally, finally! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence, and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 24.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Numero 13.
Turkey take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
Numero 17. Il quarto uomo
Kupchu.
indica 4 minuti di recupero.
4 added minutes on the board. That has ended up in no man's land. Pedri. Passes coming off in quick succession here, and he's searching through. Kukçu. And that will be the final act. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. And already we're underway here.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team. But Raul is different and has a greater appreciation for all that and likely to put others in before himself.
That's a super give and go. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Foden will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Raul. Now it's Van Basten. Now it's Nakata. He's in space and looking for options. Beckham with the cross. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Kukçu. So what can they make of this? And it's made its way to him. He could be in here. Chance! Goal! Boca Juniors! And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Ha segnato al 10° minuto, numero 10.
So, a breakthrough already. And it's Rashford. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, super ball. Van Basten! Tonali. Now it's Kane. And he plays one through. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Nakata. Back into the middle. Caicedo. Foden. Looking to play him in. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Boca Juniors clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Raul. Donnarumma claims comfortably. Alexander-Arnold.
Inter really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Climbs up big! Sanchez.
Inter really are packing the box now.
Yeah, it does seem to be something of a numbers game they're playing.
Well, it's exactly the right approach, Peter. If you can deliver quality balls from out wide, you need to make sure there's someone on the end of it. Simple.
Now this could be a chance. And he's away. Not the most accurate pass. Kukçu. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And this is Kane. Sanchez. Well, that looks a decent ball. Boca Juniors have it back and can go again. And he's felt it's Kane! He's scored! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So that's 2 now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Tonali. Kane. Aimed beyond the defence. Bastoni cuts it out. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He's on it, can he get away? Delivers with wit. It's a mighty effort! Over to the left. Raul. Oh, that pass isn't the best. More and more pressure on the ball here. Alexander-Arnold. Now Foden. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And that's another good win of the ball.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Looking for options. Real chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Mbappe deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always...
Takes a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they're at it again in double quick time. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 22.
Inter Milan choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
A case now of complete control. Bastoni, Grimaldo. Inter Milan are opting for an early change in personnel. They've decided against waiting until half-time. And it's Tonali.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Now it's Mbappe. Nakata. Raul. Now it's Drogba. Now it's Beckham. Beckham crosses it into the area. Drogba is flagged offside. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
Signore e signori, preparate I biglietti. È ora di annunciare I vincitori dell'estrazione di oggi.
So off we go once more. Inter Milan didn't have a great first half. They need a change of fortune. Kane! Beckham. And again they run up against stubborn defending. Caicedo. Mbappe. And Grimaldo, Mbappe, and he's picked it up out wide, and it's, oh, what a, it's hit the crossbar. Arrived on cue, but fluffed his line. Nicely shaped ball. Sanchez gets over and intercepts. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Drogba, can he get it through? Oh, played right into his path. Oh, that's fabulous. Drives it in.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Caicedo.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
And it's Nakata. He is through here. Ball swung in. That's a corner kick. And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Cross needs to be good. Great chance! That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
It's their second corner of the game. keeper has taken decisive action. And now a sudden chance to counter.
953 spettatori.
Tonali goes sliding in. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Now it's Drogba. Beckham. Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Kukçu. Now it's Mbappe. Boca Juniors appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Boca Juniors finding their passes. And here's Drogba. Now it's Van Basten. Oh, such a clever touch. It's Van Basten!
Cambio di giocatori.
Inter Milan have their third corner. Drogba! Went with his head but couldn't steer it in. Inter Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Di Marco. Rice. Di Marco. And that's aimed into the... Oh, smashing header! Nakata. And that's really well manoeuvred. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Looking here to chip it through, and that is expertly dealt with. Van Basten. Nicely weighted ball. Griezmann. Oh, sweet feet. That's a delicate pass. Out of play for a goal kick. And it's Drogba. Raul. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rashford receives it in a wide position. Shapes to shoot! Drogba gets flagged offside.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 15.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Now it's Kane. Bastoni gets across to intercept that. Inter Milan are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. That's tidy. Quick look, then he rises! It's in! That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 19.
Inter Milan making consecutive changes here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though.
And the finish! He's got a goal! And they are pulling clear here. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Can he get on the end of this? Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Boca Juniors clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Griezmann! Brilliant from Griezmann! A finish right from the top draw! Results no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. He just absolutely speared that in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. That is a crunching tackle. Bastoni. Kukcu. Van Basten tries to play it through, and it's been played through. Nice interception, well timed. Applies the finish! He's put his foot right through that one. Beckham carries the ball down the right. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. DiMarco. Mbappe looking to get on the end of this. Sanchez. And that is that. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. And as you can see, we've already started here.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physical...
And the shot! And that is a little undercooked. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Dembele! It's a pretty loose pass. Cruyff!
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
Rashford. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Raul. Seedorf. Cruyff. And it's Bellingham. Now Seedorf. And it's Thuram. Nicely weighted ball. Hazard can so cleverly bypass the press. Inter Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Now it's Pelé. Messi. Hazard. Raul. Now it's Messi. Hazard. He won't be happy with that one. Knocks it into space. He's on it. Can he get away? Van Dijk clears it away. Roberto Carlos tries to pass it, and he shoots! And he's heaved it away. He's had it nicked away. Thuram, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He is through here. Oh, it's come loose. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Raul. Now it's Osimhen. That has been slung wide. Cruyff. And it's Cruyff. Seedorf. And it's Bellingham. He's being urged to shoot. And the shot! Goal! Flamengo! And Flamengo take the lead.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Flamengo have penetrated for the first time.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Seedorf, Pelé, played out wide. Oh, that's a fine interception. Defending was strong and firm. Shot, surely! Oh, split-second reaction.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Thuram. That's Maldini. Flamengo finding their passes.
Inter truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time. Flamengo have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Thuram. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And it's made its way to him. Bellingham. Rashford. Now it's Darwin. Oh, good spread. Beckham. Dembele. Seedorf. Looking for options for movement. He's on the finish! He scores! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Decent chance! Azar. Raul. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Inter certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
And the second half gets underway.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Osimhen, and he welcomes it in. Nunez is onto this. Raul. It's a throw-in. Not the most convincing of passes. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. Now, can they get him away? Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, they've got it again. Bellingham. Oh, that's well spotted. Tries to play it through. Back into the middle. He's away! Maldini pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Sanchez. And it's Beckham. And he's worked it through. Some resolute defending there.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Maldini demonstrating his defensive quality there. Messi providing an outlet on that flank. Raul. Well, that looks a decent ball. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Threads one in. Good read, needed to be. Cannavaro. And smartly reclaimed. And he welcomes it in. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Azar. Well, the less said about that pass, the better.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Kukçu. That has not gone well. Seedorf. Flamengo looking to pass their way through. And for a moment, time stood still.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. Beckham. Great vision. Played back in. Azar. He's ended up in no man's land. Looking for the run. And a chance! Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, it always comes...
He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
So, what can they come up with here? And that is a truly outstanding save. Yamal, he has found the way through. Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball. Not the most accurate pass. It's Azar! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 22.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 15 e il numero 10.
It's not an especially... Oh no, this does not look good. Aims beyond the defence, and has made sure that's not getting through. Seedorf. Ronaldinho. Can he get it through? Oh, Red, nice interception.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Well, it's a move of great promise.
He rises! It is a fantastic goal! A finish right from the top draw! It is no contest! It is a landslide! What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Has a look and plays it forward. And now a sudden chance to counter. Kupchu. Nunez. Nakata. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. Eyeball to eyeball with the goalkeeper. Not much more than a formality.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
They're still trying to make a game of this. Ronaldinho. Can he get on the end of this? Nakata. Kupchu. Now it's Darwin. He's a sharp little ball here. Nunez. And he's found Nunez! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, what has happened here? So, what can they make of this? It's a good run down the right.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Keeper has taken decisive action. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Inter Milan cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off.